Miles of idioms. Expressions with miles. American English in Minutes, lesson number 59. Miles of idioms. Examples. The line was a mile long. I waited there forever. She was a million miles away. I don't think she heard a thing I said. This is a really great service. They go the extra mile for you. It's hard to catch everything she says because she talks a mile a minute. If you let the kids stay up until 10, they'll want to stay up until 11 tomorrow. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Our car broke down when we were miles from nowhere. I'm so grateful for my cell phone. The imperial system. In the British imperial system of measurement, a mile is 1,760 yards, or 5,280 feet. For people who have only ever known the metric system, this can seem difficult. However, our traditional standards of measurement, miles, yards, feet, inches, gallons, quarts, pints, ounces, acres, are used in many of our idioms. Even if you don't measure with them, you will need them to be fluent in English. Let's look at some of the most common expressions with miles. This is not a complete list by a mile. Not by a mile, not even close. You missed me by a mile. I am hopeless at playing darts. I throw one and miss the target by a mile. Everyone is afraid I'll hit one of them instead. We often use this when we're playing games or sports. If you are nowhere near the target, you missed by a mile. Famous sayings with miles. Some wise advice with miles. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. Consider the other person's experiences before you make judgments about him. If you give someone an inch, they'll take a mile means if people see you are okay with them pushing for one thing, they will push harder for something even bigger. You will embolden people to take advantage of you. What do they mean? A long line of people waiting for something is rarely an actual mile long, but we say it's a mile long. If someone is a million miles away, his mind is someplace else, and he's not listening to you. If you get better service than the minimum, we say they go the extra mile. I tend to talk a mile a minute. Obviously, that means very fast. Miles from nowhere is a very remote and isolated place. More miles. You could see that coming from a mile off or a mile away. It was easy to predict something would happen. Also, if someone is dressed in a bold, colorful way, we might say the person can be spotted from a mile away. 1 mile is approximately 1.6 kilometers. However, if people are miles apart, it usually doesn't refer to physical distance. We use it to mean two people or two sides are unlikely to reach an agreement because their views are so different. Although my friend and I share a lot of common interests, our views on politics are miles apart. Miles to go. If your English level is intermediate, you might think you have miles to go before you'll be fluent. American English in Minutes videos can help. Please subscribe and check out some more videos. See you soon.